Hey, this is Victor Antonio with part 7, the final part of my Confessions of a Capitalist. Capitalism gets a bad name, so I'm here to rectify it just a bit. Number 7, you can tax the rich at 100% and it still won't cover what the government spends. We don't have a rich problem, we have a spending problem. Now, in the last episode, I touched on this a little bit, but now let's go deeper. So you can tax the rich 100%, and it still won't cover the spending that is going on within government. Now, I want you to really think about that. You can tax the rich people at 100%, which means you take all their money, and it still won't cover the bills, which means we don't have a rich problem in this world. We have a spending problem. We have people who are out of control with their spending. We're spending money on things we don't need, we don't want, and all of a sudden government is in control of that money. Why? Because they keep taxing people. In the last episode, I mentioned that the top 10% of rich people pay 70% of the federal tax bill. Now, that's the top 10% pay 70%. So they're already paying a disproportionately high amount as compared to others. So they're paying a lot already. But again, let's go to the extreme with this one, right? They pay 100%, which means you take all their money and you give it to government. Now, let me ask you the question. Who would you rather have all the money? Would you rather have rich people have all the money, who create jobs, start businesses, have corporations, who employ people, or give it to government, who makes people dependent on the system? What would you do? What would you choose? I think if you're with me, you say we want people to what? Create more jobs. Again, governments don't create jobs. We talked about this already in the last episodes. They don't create jobs. They use our money to actually hire people for positions to administrate the role of government, right? The different positions of government. So what we want to do is not tax the rich at 100%. We want to say, okay, we're taxing people enough. Let's just go ahead and assume that people are being taxed enough. The middle class, I know for sure, is being taxed enough. Then why is it that we still have a large debt? Why is it that we're running a deficit? How is that possible? If the government was a corporation, they'd be bankrupt so many times over, it's not even funny. If a corporation was run like government, they'd be out of business. Again, governments are running large debts right now, and they're also running a deficit, which means they're actually adding to the debt every month. They're not even covering their costs, even though they're collecting record amount of taxes. Now, again, if they were a corporation, they'd be out of business. And so what do we say as a population? Well, let's give them more responsibility. Let's let them take over more. No, 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 no. We want smaller government. Again, government has an important role in society, right? It is to regulate for those people who are immoral and will go off the rails and go into selfish mode, which means they'll impact society negatively. So we need government, but again, limited so it doesn't strangle business and commerce. But I think we've gotten to the point where now we're thinking all the time that in order to pay all the government's debts, all their costs, all their spending, we should tax the rich even more. But again, if you're rich, you have money, or you're a corporation and you have money, and again, we have the highest corporate tax rate in the world, what are you going to do? Logically, think about this. If I started taxing you personally, you're listening to this right now, and I said, let me tax you at 70%. 70%, let's just use that number, 70%, what would you do? You would be disincentivized to make money because 70% of what you make is going to go to the government. Why would you want to work? Well, now let's look at a company. You tax them at 70%. Again, using that as just a reference number. You tax them at 70%. What do you think they're going to do? Well, they're going to take their business elsewhere. They're going to outsource. They're going to offshore this stuff. They're going to invest in other countries where, again, this tax rate is not that high. Get the idea? To create jobs, to create something out of nothing, to create jobs requires money. Money to do research and development for technologies, innovation, it requires. Money is needed to create. Government doesn't take money to create, it takes money to spend, and therein lies the big difference. Do you want to give your money to people who spend it, or do you want to give it to people who create things? Let them keep the money so they can create more jobs, more employment for the rest of society. You choose, but I know which way you're leaning. You want to let the rich keep the money. So again, when people say tax the rich, I think that's an envy position. You just envy somebody because they have something you don't. But that's the wrong mindset. If they're honest capitalists, by honest capitalists, I mean that they've developed something of value for society to impact society positively and they've made money doing it, that is pure capitalism at its best. It's a win-win. They've created something out of nothing. They've taken the risk. They've now introduced it into society. Everybody is benefiting. That's win-win. That's pure capitalism at its best. So would you rather have that, or would you rather have a government that just spends our money and doesn't create anything, especially jobs? You choose. And on that note, I will end this series, Confessions of a Capitalist, and reminding you that it's okay to be a capitalist.
Every manager can feel it. The difference between a motivated, value-driven sales team and one that's stuck in a rut. CEOs know the difference too. They can see it clearly in the profit and loss columns. The question is, how do you get your team to this elite level? Is there something extra you can do to break through the remaining resistance and equip them with the right mindset to grow your business? Yes, there is. But you're not going to do it with one of those cheesy inspirational speakers or some self-proclaimed guru. What you need is someone with a real business track record to deliver key insights in a captivating way, to give your team the right tools for selling in today's tough marketplace. Enter Victor Antonio, experienced executive, innovative thinker, compelling speaker. He's ready to deliver the message you need your people to hear. Not with a canned speech, but a customized, dynamic keynote designed to deliver results. Bring Victor Antonio to your next event before the competition does.